What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the What's Up, Everybody podcast here with my co-host, Sweet T-ness. Tons happening this weekend, man.
Lots going down, so make sure you guys stick around for the full episode because we got all kinds
Tenacious
D
of shenanigans.
concerts, we got local fights, we got big fights, we got UFC drama, we got the works. So make sure you guys stick around for the whole ep.
The whole episode, people. What are we starting with, Sweet T?
Well, we missed a week on the podcast.
Yes. Well, Labor Day, vacay, kind of hard to do that. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
We're here though.
Yeah.
When we're able to do it, we do it.
That's right. And we hit them most weekends. We hit it most of the time.
We do.
So
just let you guys, the fans, know that we love you. We're thinking about you constantly.
Yeah. We had a knockdown, drag out fight over it. Just so you know, we were really agonizing.
Yeah, I mean, we brought the equipment.
We did.
We just didn't. We just weren't able to put it together. We're able to make it.
It was. You know what I mean?
It is what it is. Life.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's life.
But that weekend, there was the Tuivasa Cyril Gane fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about that. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought, Gane did his thing, but there was a point there, and this is how Tuivasa, how it always happens. He's getting about to get staggered. I think it's a technique that he's developed where he gets punched and he gets staggered, and he does it knowing that his opponent rushes in, and then he just swings in and knocks him. He did that to
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
Well, I don't think he fakes it, but he definitely he
I think it's
definitely
fake,
takes
dude.
shots to land. You think?
Because when you're wobbling like that, how fast he gets his feet up underneath him after he just got wobbled.
Yeah.
Because he's like wobbles and then he gets into stance and throws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if he's really hurt. It's hard. It's hard to get those feet back underneath you that quick.
True.
I think it's a sneaky technique. Yeah. But Gane ended up. There was a point where I thought Tuivasa was going to finish him when he knocked him down. It was one of those like lean back jab or a punch swing, and he just kind of back flopped. But then it was just all gone from then on out. I'm glad they stopped it because I didn't like seeing Tuivasa take the punishment he was taking. Front kicks to the body. I think there's a picture on Instagram. I don't know if you saw it or not, where Gane threw the front kick. And it was like the Anderson Silva front kick where it was just like toe folded down. He turned it into a fist right into Tuivasa's gut. Wasn't like toes pulled back like a perfect front kick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah.
It was more like this. You know what I mean?
You
Ninja
guys can
toes.
see that on the cami.
See that, guys? Yeah, I had to show y'all.
Hopefully you didn't just ruin the autofocus with your foot up
Oh, dude. Do I need to check?
Nah, it's you good.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
But, I thought that was a good fight.
Yeah.
It was standing ovation at the end. People were standing.
Well, it was the inaugural Paris card.
Everybody just wanted to go to Paris.
Yeah. So it was I believe it was the first time they were in Paris for a UFC event.
No way.
Yeah.
It was the first time in UFC history they were in Paris?
I'm pretty sure.
What?
Don't quote me on it, but I'm like 97% sure.
They've been to Russia. You figured they would have gone to France.
They had no reason to.
They've been to Greenville, South.
There.
Heard that.
They didn't really have any French fighters.
Yeah.
Like legit French fighters.
If you want to include
Cyril Gane is French.
Right?
You can't do French Canada.
No.
Because then you just go to Canada for that.
Yeah. Oh, Montreal.
I don't know the vibe between.
You figure there'd be some beef.
French and then the French Canadian.
Yeah.
There's got to be some beef there.
Why isn't there we should have had like GSP versus somebody from France or vice versa?
I don't think there was anybody from like France, man.
No.
Like any real notable French fighters. Now
there is.
Yeah.
A notable one at that.
Yep.
Cyril Gane, man, going back.
And Gane, he I don't know if he still claims France. He might have changed to Cameroon because that's where he was like born.
Yeah.
But he used to, fight out of France because obviously they used to train together.
Yeah. He speaks French, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. They made it work. I mean, I think they were like dabbing each other up afterwards when there was beef, when they were fighting, you know?
Yeah.
There's always got some drama.
Yeah.
When you're getting ready to fight somebody, except for this guy.
Tuivasa's tough. He's tough, and he's in a tough predicament, too, because he's a lot shorter than those guys, I feel like. And he's going to have to find ways to get to the inside and land his bombs. You know?
He does a lot of lunging and reaching, which could not play out in his favor, especially if he faces a good wrestler or good counter striker, which is Gane was.
It's tough. You look at the top four. You have Gane, great striker. You have Ngannou. He's not really great at anything in terms of like martial arts skills. He's just big and powerful, and he knows how to throw punches.
Who, Francis?
Yeah, Ngannou.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't say he's like a striker.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't say he's a wrestler or a grappler, even though he did show good wrestling against Gane. But you wouldn't say like he's a Cormier
his striking's finesse.
Stipe.
You know, it's like yeah.
But he's big, he's long, and he's got
power,
devastating KO.
He's just. I think his power is just he's just strong and he's big.
Yeah,
that's like his thing.
His thing. And then now you got John Jones in there, and you got Stipe in there. So you know that's a rough top four for Tuivasa.
Oh God, I know, and he's what 5'7".
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Every bit of 5'7.5".
I know. Well, we can talk about that later when we get to the fight.
What?
What's his face? He's like 5'8".
Chris Barnett.
Yeah.
5'8", missing weight. You know what I mean? That's rough.
5'8", missing weight.
But so yeah, we had that going on. So that was a great card. Hats off to those guys. It was huge. I mean, Gane, he took his punishment too. I think he broke his hand.
Yeah.
There was a picture. He had like his hand broken. It was like up in a sling. Something was wrong with his leg. So Tuivasa didn't let him out there.
He's a bulldog.
Easy. Yeah.
Would he be? He would be a French bulldog for sure.
Who, Gane?
I mean, not French. American bulldog.
American bulldog.
If I look at him as being like a dog, it'd be like an English bulldog.
What about a Presser Canario? I'm just saying stuff, dude.
Yeah, Pressos are. They're
Is where he's from?
Was there a dog?
Is there like a dog breed from
I don't know. Probably, because I feel like every
country has
their own breed of dog. But he just looks like an English bulldog, just like just ready to.
You're not English, American.
I mean American bulldog.
Like maybe like a Staffy, like a Staffordshire.
Yeah.
Just like
Gane, I would say would look like a Doberman Pinscher.
Doberman. It's cool.
Doberman.
Like Dover with a V. We should do that. We should just put dogs on. What kind of dog would you be?
French poodle. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Yeah, you'd definitely be a French bulldog.
A French?
A French bulldog?
Yeah.
Oh, you said French are the little ones with the big ears?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely you.
What? No, dude.
I'm definitely a freaking, wolf, and then whatever's immediately under Tenacious Wolf is me.
No, dude.
I'm as close to the wolf bloodline as
anybody. Dude. You are a Neapolitan Mastiff.
Neapolitan with the skin everywhere.
Yeah, you're a Neapolitan, dude.
Nah, dude. I'm definitely an English bulldog.
You're an English? Yeah, you're the English bulldog.
Breathing issues.
Insomnia.
You hear him come from a mile away. Just ripping farts on accident.
What would I look like? You think I'd maybe like a...
You'd be like a whippet.
For real? A whippet?
Like a little
man, I'm
whippet.
getting crushed. I just gotta run from y'all.
Yeah, it's usually what you do. So that's like your whole thing.
Yeah.
Running.
Just
running,
zippity zap. Piece them up with my beak-like mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Only be able to kill rats and bunnies.
Yeah, basically.
It's like the cheetah of the dog realm. Cheetahs just get bullied around. Whippets I figure they just get bullied. You go to a dog park, Whippets always like getting yelled.
They're like frail and annoying a little bit.
But they are super agile and can jump. So that's me. I'll take it. I'll rock it.
So that's it for this segment of fighters as dogs. Moving on to this past weekend was incredible.
Guys, y'all have no idea.
One of the most legendary weekends I've had, if not the most, in my life. I don't know if WB can say that, but
100%.
We've had some pretty awesome weekends. But what do we do this weekend, man?
Well, okay, there's several things happening this weekend. Number one, Let's take it back to UFC International Fight Week. We're sitting there. It's me, Sweet T. You have Chris Weidman and his two boys, CJ and Colton. And I look up. We're like 2 rows maybe from the front.
We're 2 rows from where they get like patted down before they step into the cage.
Yeah.
So we're like right there. We're one. Yeah. We're on the second row.
Yeah. And because only like the people that matter are on the first row.
Yeah.
So
if you're outside of the top 5, you have to sit on the second row.
Yeah. We used to be there on that first row. We used to be there. We have to work our way back up there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I look up and there was a photographer there. It was like, you, my man Taylor. He's like, I need to talk to you after that. Jack Black wants to talk to you. I'm like, no freaking way. Are you kidding me? Anyway,
and real quick, if you don't know who Jack Black is, first off, slap yourself. Secondly, he is a founding member of the band, legendary band Tenacious D. Not to mention a big-time actor, played in the newest Jumanji movies. He is the
voice of
Kung
Fu Panda.
The voice of Kung Fu Panda. Shallow Hal. In the Flesh.
School of Rock.
Just
a legend.
Legend. So,
the funniest guy you will probably ever meet. But anyway,
he's awesome.
After the fight, fast forward.
Oh, and not to mention, he sings the song Wonderboy that WB walks out to. So
okay. So you kind of go where we're going with this. After the fights are over, we're in the back, and my man Taylor was like, bro, I want to get him on right now, FaceTime him. He FaceTimes him once, he doesn't answer, FaceTimes him the second time, picks up. I get to sit there and have a conversation with Jack Black via FaceTime, inviting us to one of his Tenacious D concerts. Now, go to Spotify right now, type in Tenacious D, and just press play and just listen.
With a bit of warning, it's explicit content, so adults, if you have children, you
obviously
advise against it, but you're their parent. But
you can listen to Wonderboy.
You can listen to Wonderboy. It's like one of the only clean songs that they do. But even before that, though, I totally forgot about this. Steven's fighting Gilbert Burns. This is kind of how it all kicked off. Steven's fighting Gilbert Burns, and Jack Black goes live because he's watching Steven fight Gilbert Burns, and he realized, holy crap, this guy walked out to Wonderboy, and his nickname is Wonderboy. And then he posted up on his Instagram. So that's kind of how it all got kicked off.
He's like, well, he's not doing too great, but I'm cheering for you, Wonderboy.
Like, let's go, Wonderboy.
I just gotten taken down by Gilbert.
Yeah, you're like up against the cage or something. But so that's where it really started. And then we moved to International Fight Week shenanigans, and then to the FaceTime part.
So we were invited to his concert in Wilmington, North Carolina. Beautiful spot, outside really cool venue.
Right on the water.
Man, we show up. My man Taylor is the one that just rocked this for us. He's photographer for Jack Black, for The Rock, for the UFC, and the guy's just crushing it, and he definitely crushed it.
Without him, it wouldn't have been made possible. He's awesome. Check him out. Instagram. He does all of Jack's
Taylor Stevens
social media. Taylor Stevens. So he's got cool content.
We go out there. We drive down 4 hours away. We do a road trip.
Which we haven't done in a while.
We haven't done that in a while. Last time we did that was when we were going to Brazil, I think. No, you're the wedding with Danny Salinas.
Yeah. So how did you go from Brazil to?
I don't know, because we did a road trip to Brazil to get our passport thing or whatever.
Oh, you mean for Brazil? Yeah. We made a road trip to Atlanta to get
for Brazil. So man, we show up Friday, and it was just a blur at this point. There were so many cool things that happened. We got there about 2 hours before the show started. We went up, and we meet my man Taylor, me and Sweet T. I'm like nervous, man, because I've been such a fan. We watched Pick a Destiny in 2006 in theater. Me, you, and Blasco. And so we've just been a big fan of these guys ever since, and a big fan of Tenacious D because, I walk out to a song, so obviously I know I'm familiar with him. So we're walking down the hall, going to his room, and my buddy Taylor's got the camera on, and he's like, walk in. Before I even hit the doorknob, Jack Black's playing the notes to Wonderboy on his guitar before I walk in.
In like his dressing room.
Yeah. And I walk in, this dude has got a beard, you know, he's like all smiles, and he is just like you would think he is in real life. Mm-hmm. You know, just his whole demeanor, he was just at all that he was just honored that I was there, and I was honored to be there. It was cool. He made it he treated us like we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
So got to chat with him. Jables KG just went back to the hotel to chill for a bit.
If you don't know who KG is the second half of the band Tenacious D, best bros with Jack Black. And he's also played in iconic movies such as Elf.
Yes, and Year One.
And Year One.
With Jack Black. That was the funniest movie ever.
So, really cool guy as well. Kyle Gass. Check him out on Instagram as well.
So, we just got that, man. We got to go out on stage, behind the stage. He pulls me out while he sings Wonderboy. They're playing on guitar in front of thousands of people.
There's like 7,000 people there in this crowd. It was a smaller venue,
but it was packed.
And everybody was hardcore fans of the D. It was amazing.
So I go out, and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Wonderboy. And I walk out.
He said, ladies and gentlemen, UFC legend.
Yeah.
Wonderboy.
Oh, and I walk out, man. I do some shadow box. I do like a backflip, and I point at him, like bowed to him, and I walked off. Anyway, it was epic. He pulls me out like three times.
Yeah, dude. And then he would come off he would do different segments where he would step off the side of the cage to let other band members kind of showcase themselves. And every time he stepped off the stage, he was dapping WB up. WB was giving him water, like his
he's like, "You roadie now, bro?" I'm
yeah.
like, I'm a roadie, man.
Like, we'll see you at the next show.
Yeah. It was just epic. All right, it was epic. And, you know, I've met a lot of stars in my life, especially through the UFC and just do all the traveling and stuff, but that's the top. That's the top.
Yeah, that's it's destiny. And then we got to shoot some cool content.
Yeah.
It may or may not be up by the time that this podcast releases. I don't think it will be, but don't worry, we're going to be getting some content from that whole thing up, whether it be on YouTube or WB's social media or Jack's social media. But
dude, afterwards, man, we go into the back. This dude's drenched. He's sweating. It's so funny how different him and Kyle Gass are. He's drenched. He's doing all the stuff, and Kyle Gass not even sweating, just still smelling good after the con. Yeah, I know. He still has got cologne on, and Jack's just out there putting on a show. You know how Jack? He's so dramatic when he's out just kicking and dancing, and he was awesome. But we're out there back there eating, and he shares
just grubbing with him.
Yeah, just grubbing,
concocting special sauces.
Dude, yeah, his special sauce. It looked delicious.
You can't
I can't
give the ingredients, because if they decide to make a sauce out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The D sauce.
They have their own fiber bar.
They do.
Go check out that commercial, bar. Y'all.
The D sauce.
That's what they should call it.
Sauces of the D.
The D sauce.
Yeah.
But that was just epic, man. So shout out to Jack Black, Kyle Gass, and my man Taylor Stevens.
And they were rocking the whole time. They did not take a break. They didn't.
No. They encored. They came out and sang 2 more songs.
They went crushing it. And what makes Jack so special, and I feel like I can call him Jack because, you know, we're close. JB, Jables. What makes him so special is his little quirky things that he does. And that's him too. Like, he does the same quirky stuff when he performs. He does the same quirky stuff
in the movies,
in real life. He talks that way. Like, he's like, "Hey man, you guys hungry?" He's like, "I don't know how you guys feel about baked potatoes, but they got some sweet baked potatoes downstairs." Baked potatoes is short for baked potatoes, you know, in case you didn't know. So of course we enjoyed some baked potatoes pre-show.
They were
courtesy of Jables and the crew.
They had a spread down there too.
Gave us some merch.
Oh, dude, the merch.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was an epic night. We didn't get in until about 12 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
You know? So that was just we were just like on cloud 9, just to be able to just hang out with those guys, and them to be the way that we always thought they would be, and them being that way was just
that way. Exactly. I will say KG is a little more chill than I originally anticipated.
Chill.
He was very laid back. I feel like I thought maybe because he's been with Jack for so long that he would kind of be the same way. But now that I think about it, it's probably good that he's super chill.
Why they're not
so well. They're not like, you know, of course they might have.
They've been rocking for the longest time. I mean, what? Jack is 52 and KG is 62.
Yeah.
So they're still
rocking and
rolling, man. Freaking awesome. Then the next day, we drive to Charlotte.
We could see the old Charlotte FC play for the first time.
Yeah, it was really cool.
In the Bank of America Stadium. It was a crazy weekend.
We got to go to the vault.
Backstage for that too, or understage, or
backfield.
Yeah,
side
whatever
field.
you call it. But
that was fun.
Yeah, man. It was a cool time. And again, shout out Taylor hooking that up. But the whole Jack Black thing. And, oh, yeah, the goal. The goal is to get those guys out to Steven's next fight. And the ultimate goal is to have them perform Tenacious or Wonderboy as WB walks out. And that's a lot easier said than done. It's only been done, I think, one time, and that's when Connor walked out to his deal. But, hey, at the very least, we need Jables and KG cage side for WB's next fight.
Yeah, even if they don't walk out, just as long as they're there.
Just there.
That's right.
Being a part of the crew.
Yep.
Maybe even corner them.
Oh, yeah, just corner me.
Yeah.
They corner me. Those guys corner me. He's in the side just throwing snap kicks. Just do that. Just go out there and snap kick.
He can be your Steven Seagal. You know, Anderson
yeah.
has Steven Seagal. He'll be
Jack
your
could
guy.
be my Seagal.
In my opinion, he had a better technically sound front kick than
Steven Seagal.
Than Steven did.
Yeah. Than I did, you mean?
No, Mr. Seagal.
Well, yeah, Steven. Forgot his name was Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That was fun. That was epic night.
Fantastic weekend. I got to go to a Bucky's on the way up.
Yeah, man.
Way
Never
down,
been to
way
a
over.
Bucks.
Never been to a Bucky's before, but apparently they're all the rage. If you don't know what a Bucky's is, it is essentially a gas station / supermarket superstore. It's not like one of those, okay, there's a Walmart with like 8 pumps in front of it. There was like 100 pumps.
Dude, it was
They had like a dang pottery barn in there.
Yeah, dude.
Full-blown barbecue station. It was crazy. I just needed to go to the restroom. And I had to walk through the maze of Bucky's just to go tinkle. But if you haven't experienced a Bucky's.
It's a must. It's a must. I wanted to stay. I wanted to stay and look around.
We had a tight schedule.
Yeah, we had to make it.
We had places to go, people
but
to see.
they even had a statue of the Bucky's beaver out front.
Mm-hmm.
Clean.
Or otter,
it was clean.
as you like to call it.
It was packed. I got something going on, you
know. Yeah. Clear
the airway. But yeah, Bucky's was cool.
What else we do? Listen to Mr. Ballin for like 4.5 hours.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Speaking of that, man, thanks for the merch, Mr. Ballin.
If you haven't checked out Mr. Ballin's merch, check it out. You can go to Pitch Black Fight Shop, cop this merch, and then go.
We're literally wearing the same
thing.
Shirt.
You're Red Ranger, I'm Blue Ranger.
That's right.
And then head over to Mr. Ballin's, get him some merch. Get some merch for him.
And then go over to Jack Black and get some merch from him.
Yeah. Just do a merch sweep, you know what I mean?
It was fun. And then go to Bucky's.
And then wear it all to Bucky's.
Yeah.
Wear all the merch to Bucks.
That was our weekend. It was nuts.
Nuts. And then we're back at it. Shooting content, filming and wilming. Talking about this. In the meantime, as we're traveling through South Carolina over to Wilmington, the drama of UFC 279, which started the night before at the press conference, just continues.
We're making phone calls. We're getting calls from people about this.
In the most crazy way, never been done before, ever in the history of the UFC, taking place in the meantime.
Yeah, weigh-ins
UFC
happened.
279.
There was, how many people lost, didn't make weight? Like
there
4?
was at least
5 people?
4 people that didn't make weight that I remember.
Okay.
Off the top of my dome.
To start off, you had the 2 ladies that were fighting each other. None of them made weight, right? And they agreed the day of weigh-ins to do a catch weight fight.
Yep.
So
okay, I guess.
Yeah, what happens there?
Doesn't everybody just do that?
Exactly.
Hey, dude, I don't feel like cutting weight. You don't feel like cutting weight. Let's just fight each other at this weight. You know what I mean?
My next opponent, let's do that, dude.
Yeah, apparently it can happen.
Yeah. Dude, 70s is terrible. But anyway, you had the heavyweight.
Beast Boy.
5'8",
missing weight.
Missing weight. And then you had Hamzat, which was the and what's crazy is after he beats Kevin Holland, right, first round, he's just all over social media, right? Like everybody forgot that he didn't make weight. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. It's a non-essential. Doesn't matter. He got the show money. He got the win money. He got the hype. He got the win. He's probably going to fight for the belt next.
I guess because he fought somebody that was on a catch weight, because that's why he didn't have to.
So we got to get into all of that.
Gosh, what?
So first things first, you have the press conference. That doesn't happen because supposedly there's just like insanity going on in the back. They made it sound like people were getting toe up
like getting
back
murdered
there, and they had to cancel the press conference, which had never been done. And poor Li Jingliang, all he wanted to do was show off his suit. Shout out UFC
nice
Embedded. Suit. And so Dana White comes out. There's commotion in the back. Dana White comes out. Hey, for everybody's safety, we have to cancel the presser.
We're like, that is.
So we're thinking that there is a full-blown war happening back there between Kevin Holland's crew, Hamzat's crew. There was word of Paulo Costa being back there and all that drama. And then Nate Diaz's crew. So it's like, okay, understandable, on to the next. So that happens Thursday night. And then we roll over into Friday. So there was rumors coming out on Thursday about what had happened, right? Ariel Helwani went live, or he did a video. He's like, okay, here's what happened. So rumor has it was Kevin Holland or Paulo Costa and Hamzat were exchanging words. Don't know why Paulo Costa was back there, but he was. And then Kevin Holland's crew comes in, and they're getting into it. And then a manager steps in between them two. And then Nate Diaz's crew rolls in, and then they see this manager standing over next to Hamzat, which Nate Diaz's crew thought this manager was cool with them, and then they start throwing water bottles, and it was just a madhouse.
Well, when you say crew, and when they say crew, when you're doing the pressers, you're only allowed like a coach to come with you. You know what I mean?
If your name's not Nate Diaz or Hamzat.
Like, I've never been to the bag where there've been like a crew of people with one person. You know what I mean? So where does these crews come over? Are they waiting in the back? Like they sneak in somehow?
And that was another thing Ariel was saying. Was like, where was the security? Why were all these people allowed back there? Now I have my thoughts about this whole thing coming from me as an innocent bystander who's kind of been in the game or familiar with the game for a while. But before we get into that. So all that happens. Press conference gets canceled. Okay? It is what it is. Next day rolls around. To reverse a little bit, this whole UFC 279 card was crazy to begin with. They had no fights on it.
Yeah.
It was like last minute. It was almost like a forgotten about card. There wasn't a title fight. It was purely headlined by the most mismatched fight on the history of the planet in most people's eyes. Hamzat and Nate Diaz. Co-main event by Li Jingliang, who's a great guy, but I mean, he's, and then Tony Ferguson, who's on a rough streak coming up. It was just like the craziest, weirdest card happening. Okay, you had a catch weight for two 170ers. That's 10 pounds heavier than normal. I thought catch weights were like, okay, we can't make 170, so let's do 175 or 176. Not a full 10 pounds heavier than normal.
Let's go 180.
Yeah. Shoot, let's just do 200 and nobody do anything. It was just weird. So then the Friday rolls around, and then the people start weighing in. You had the two females that WB was talking about who missed weight and agreed to a catch weight on the spot. Now, with all that being said, I haven't dove into the rabbit hole of all this, so I don't know if they actually were able to fight at catch weight. I don't know if they were forced to make the weight. I don't know. But that's what happened in real time. And then Beast Boy misses weight, heavyweight. He weighs in at 267, I think, which is incredible. And then you have Hamzat rolling up in there, missing weight by 7.5 pounds, acting like whatever.
I'm not even going to try. He didn't look. I know when Dana was saying like, what doctor was in there and telling me he can't cut weight anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, was he able to start putting fluids back in his body then?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because he looked. I know what it's like to cut the weight and what people look like when they cut weight. He didn't look sunk down at all. Like he even tried to get down in weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can see it. And you can see the energy that he had up there. Like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, he was super nonchalant about it, about missing the weight, which was just like a, slap in the face. Of course, Diaz shows up. He hits 171. He makes the mark. So the whole fight card is just up in the air at this point. No one knows what's going to happen. Is Khamzat going to fight? Is the main event going to take place? And if it did, now you got Khamzat with the crazier weight advantage. So everybody's just like, what the heck is going on? Is Li Jingliang and Tony Ferguson going to become the main event? So it was like, wow, we're driving up. We're getting all the bits and pieces of the information coming in. And then they finally do this whole hodgepodge of fighters.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson fighting Nate Diaz, which in my opinion was the better matchup.
Way better.
And the way all the fights worked out was almost like this is how it should have been from the beginning.
Yeah, was this planned?
This is how these fights should have worked out from the get-go.
Yeah. If you're a matchmaker looking at it,
yeah,
it's how it should have gone.
This is ended up working out better. So which makes me think in my head, like, what else is going on here? This just worked out too perfectly for everybody.
Yeah.
You had Tony Ferguson fight Nate Diaz at 171, which is great for both of those guys. Okay, I thought Li Jingliang was going to be able to school Tony Ferguson because he's huge, he's good, he's got the power. He's Tony Ferguson's been looking a little rough lately, losing the elite competition, but still rough. So that's a great fight for those two guys.
Yeah,
more entertaining from everybody. Like I would love to watch that fight. Then you had Khamzat and Kevin Holland put together in a 5-round co-main event. Kevin Holland, who originally agreed to a catchweight at 180, which is huge. And then you have Khamzat making weight at 178, which isn't that much under 180. I think Kevin Holland actually weighed in at 179 and a half, 179 and a half.
Got you.
And so that worked out perfectly.
Perfect.
And really the only one that got the short end of the stick here was Liang.
Yeah.
Because he made weight at 171, but then he had to fight Daniel Rodriguez, who only made weight at 180. So there was that whole deal.
They were just dropping bows on Li Jingliang the entire
he didn't
time.
get to show off his suit. He fought a guy who weighed in 10 pounds heavier than him, and then he went from being co-main event fighting a legend to fighting just a fellow welterweight.
Yep. Didn't even get to wear a suit.
He didn't. He got to wear it for the brief moment of him walking from the bus into the arena.
Yeah, but he's got a nice.
And then he got screwed out of a decision, which a lot of people believed he won the fight. So, man,
crazy weekend, man, crazy weekend. I mean, you want to get into the fights, at least the main event.
Well, what are your thoughts on that whole deal?
So I see where you're coming from. How it could be like maybe the UFC trying to hype it up. Maybe they weren't getting as much buys as they thought. Maybe my thinking is that it was just their way of saving the card because Nate Diaz was not going to fight Khamzat at that weight. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And for them to save the card and without people having to, drop out and, if and people were there to see Khamzat or see Nate. So if neither one of those guys could fight, they lose the viewers. So they just had to do a little bit of switcheroo, which – I'm glad the guys that were in the top were game because most people would be like, you know what, if I'm not fighting my opponent, that's who I prepared for, I'm not going to fight. They were all gamers, man. You got Nate, who's a gamer, Tony Ferguson, who's a gamer, Kevin Holland, who's a gamer. They didn't care. Khamzat, they didn't care who they fought. They just wanted to fight. Mm-hmm. So I think I can see where you're coming from, but I can also see them just, we just got to save this card, But like you said, there's too much happening, too perfectly.
Yeah.
With all that chaos, and it happened to be perfect.
Everything worked out perfectly.
Yeah. But what was the whole idea? Just to get viewers? If there was some...
My thinking was it was a sketchy card to begin with. I mean, they were adding so many last-minute fights.
They wanted me to fight at like 4 weeks' notice.
4 weeks' notice. Like, no, did they propose a catchweight for you at that fight?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't say, hey, 4 weeks, but he'll be able to fight at a catchweight. Then that changes things because, okay, I don't have to cut weight. I don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's more considerable. But if they didn't even present that to you, then that's weird. So you had that. There's not a title fight on it. The most mismatched fight in history. And all the fans were letting the UFC know, this is
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy this card to watch this. We know what's going to happen. I'm not going to spend $75 on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was wild.
It was weird, and it worked out too perfectly. There, so much buzz just right there at the end being created for that card. I don't know the numbers on it yet. Those haven't come out yet, I don't think, but I think
it was a good one. I think they got it.
I think it was a little fishy.
Yeah.
And then you have Hamzat, like Conor McGregor tweeted, he shouldn't even fight on the card.
Yeah,
he didn't try. He missed weight by 7.5 pounds.
Didn't even care. The smirk afterwards.
Yeah, then he was making jokes on social media. But guess what? He still got to fight. He still got his money.
Yep.
He still got his notoriety. He'll probably fight for the title next.
Yeah, 100%. Same thing happened. It's funny because he's like good buds with Till because Till did the same thing to me.
Darren Till did the same thing to you. Now he actually got down to 174 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
but he missed weight.
Had an hour to
is what it is.
Yeah,
beat you in that fight, and then immediately fight for the belt afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And no one really. It doesn't matter if you miss weight.
Nope.
You find 30%, okay, but I still get to get my win. I still get to get my up in the rankings.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of shenanigans.
What do you think they should do when a guy misses weight by that much?
He signed a contract to fight at a specific weight.
Boom.
30% is nothing. Especially if you're giving somebody 30% of a contract that is going to be renewed. You know what I mean? Like, it's worth it.
Yeah.
30%. If I'm on the come up, and if I'm on the come up, it's worth it to give you 30% of my purse if I'm still going to go up in the rankings and be able to fight for a title where the money is to be made.
Yeah. It makes sense to kind of go to the extreme to make sure that it doesn't happen. So, you miss weight, you don't fight, and you don't get paid. Or the guy that does make weight, he still gets paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because right now, if that fight doesn't happen, neither one of those guys get paid.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like go to the extreme to make sure that it doesn't happen, or people more apt not to you know what I mean?
And then what you'll start to see happening maybe is you'll start to have people fight at their natural weight.
Yeah.
Because, they don't want to risk missing weight. So then they'll start wanting to fight, compete more at their natural weight. You'll still have the few who take extreme weight cuts and stuff like that. But I don't know. Those are my thoughts. I could just be talking out of my butt here, but that's kind of how I don't think so, about dude.
It. I think your butt is right if that's the case.
I got a correct butt.
Yeah, your butt is correct. So it was wild, man.
Crazy. So now we can get into the fights.
Let's do it.
And the results and how everything played out again. So just kicking off the main card, Johnny Walker getting the W over Tuivasa. First round, rear naked wakey.
Yeah. That was good because he was kind of like on a losing streak, right?
He was kind of sketching out a little bit right there. He was having some struggles. Then he had a mean liver kick from her back. No. Up kick. Woo. Taking, nuts.
Now, was he training with Hamzat? I saw some pictures of those. Maybe that was just there at the PI. They were just kind of cutting weight.
I was on the next fight, though.
Okay.
the Aldana fight. Irene Aldana finished Macy Chiasson.
That was the fight, right? That was the fight where
the liver.
They didn't make weight, correct? Is that them?
I don't know. I think it was two early prelims.
Okay, gotcha,
Norma and the Danielle Wolf.
Okay.
I think. Or it could have been Melissa.
Yeah.
I don't remember who the names were. I just remember them missing weight and then catch weighting it.
Okay.
So I've never seen a liver kick finish from the back.
Oh, I know. That was weird.
So Aldana got the finish there. And then you have Liang Rodriguez.
Where
split decision.
Controversial.
Split decision for Rodriguez. Now, if you're looking at the stats, Rodriguez should have won the fight if you're going strictly off stats. Full fight. He landed more total strikes. I mean, not a lot, only 89. Liang got a takedown. Of the 89 strikes, he had 88 significant strikes. So, I heard this fight got some boos too. I didn't buy the card. I didn't see it. We were on our way back from
Yeah. Was it slow?
From traveling.
What do you guys think? We don't know your comments. What they are. Well, who do you think won that fight, Rodriguez or Li Jingliang?
According to the stacks, it looked like a pretty slow fight. I mean, 89 total strikes for a fight is pretty.
Wow.
For a 3-round fight is pretty low.
Yeah, that is low. Total
strikes for the
like
full fight, 89 strikes.
Yeah.
Was Rodriguez's, and only 78 from. I mean, landed. I think landed.
Yeah. Okay.
Only 78.
Why do you think that? Maybe because they weren't expecting to fight each other. They just didn't know how each other were going to, react or.
Yeah, you have a whole camp preparing for one person.
Yeah.
And then you immediately switch. You're like, okay, it totally. MMA is so mental, especially that close to a fight. It's like, just throws you off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got the co-main event, which was just immediately.
So what?
2 minutes and 13 seconds.
Goes to high five and Hamzat just straights in.
No, doesn't even go to high five. He does like a little fake jab and then changes levels, and he just has a hold of Kevin Holland the rest of the fight.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
I went back and watched the Burns fight. Same thing. Kind of walks in, throws a punch right into a. He did the same thing to Li Jingliang. Mm-hmm. Like I think it was a right hand or a left hand right into a shot. So.
That's his MO right there.
You got to be ready for that jump knee. Now, if you pull it off, whatevs. But it looked like it was fast.
Yeah, it was quick. He was not messing around with the hands. He went in, went straight for the shot, got a hold of Kevin Holland, and it is what it is. Yep. Now, kudos to Kevin Holland for taking the fight and this, that, and the other. But he was training for Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Daniel Rodriguez is known as a striker. He's got some submissions and stuff, but he likes to stand and bang it out. Hamzat does not like to do that. So it is a completely different, one opposite ends of the spectrum fight. Not to mention Hamzat. It's not like Hamzat is a casual wrestler. He is a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Strong dude. Good. Powerful.
Yeah. They say he throws around like 185ers.
And Kevin Holland is like, all right, I'll fight him tomorrow. Yeah. Like, what?
He's game, dude. I don't know. Maybe there was some incentive for that to happen. Maybe the UFC was throwing some extra cash around.
Yeah, well, now he's got his first loss at welterweight, and Hamzat's probably fighting for the belt next.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to that, man. But it's the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Seen a lot of that lately.
So, or unless they make him fight at 185, which in that case, set up him versus Paulo Costa.
Weight. Yeah, that would
set
be
that
crazy.
Fight up. Hamzat said he doesn't want to fight Robert because he likes Robert and he's
Whitaker.
Yeah. And then Whitaker's strong and he's got good takedown defense.
Yeah.
Put him up against Paulo. That would be a huge fight.
Strong. I mean, look at Apollo. What are you talking about?
Apollo?
Yeah, Apollo.
That's what I'm saying. So
he's jacked.
Yeah. So you had that. He just controlled him the whole fight. Ended up getting either a Darce or an Anaconda. It just says submission right here. They're very similar strikes. He absorbed 0 strikes, Chimaev. He only threw 1 strike, or he only landed 1 strike.
Was that the one he threw before he shot in?
No, I think he hit him on the ground or something.
Okay.
And then he got 2 of 5 takedowns. But see, that he was fresh. I mean, so was Kevin Holland. And people were like, well, when he fought Gilbert, he was depleted. He was, because he had to make weight.
Yeah.
If you're, he chose to make 171, so of course he's going to be depleted. And so was Gilbert.
Else.
Yeah. Kevin Holland wasn't depleted. He only had to weigh in at 180. But he either needs to not be depleted and fight at 185, or run the risk of being depleted and cut to 170.
Mm-hmm.
Those are his 2 options.
Yeah, I mean he's
right. Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, well, the reason he didn't do good against Burns was because he was depleted. Like, well, so was Gilbert.
That's what we
do. That's the whole deal.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
You got to make 170.
So he didn't do well at 170. So he either needs to
go up,
or change his regimen or whatever.
Yeah. Make the weight.
So you had that fight. Just constant grappling. Ended up finishing him with 221 in the first, 213 in the first round. And then the main event, which was great main event. 2 OGs beating each other up. Nate Diaz talking smack. Stopping in the middle of the fight, telling Dana White how much the Rock's shoes sucked. Like
walking off, take a breather.
I used to not like Nate Diaz because he was like the OG of disrespect in the cage.
Yeah,
flipping you off and just being like, and that was back when there wasn't a whole lot of that. So you're kind of like,
why is he doing that? So disrespectful.
But now it's like it's who he is.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
As a person, to the core, you got to respect it. I like it too because he just, he flips everybody, off everybody. The UFC, his opponent, he just don't care.
The Rock.
Like
everybody. He doesn't care. He really is that's just who he is, man. He's about the only person he has clean interactions with is Nick.
Yeah,
and it's cool to see them like. The pre-fight stuff was they were drilling inside of a Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Like they were constantly working, and it's really cool to see. So I'm a big fan of Nate Diaz. And it's going to be interesting to see what he does next. Jake Paul's already trying to hop on the Nate Diaz show, but chill. You know what I mean?
You know who was all quiet throughout this entire thing was Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, he was pretty chill.
Very privileged. And normally he's not. He's just more, at the top of the show, making all kinds of noise. But he was fairly quiet. But I'm glad they switched it up, made out for better fights for sure. But Nate's an OG. It was his last fight, huh? Conor trying to get another trilogy.
Yeah, they immediately started going in on that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Nate's got great leverage because, that show, everybody there was there for Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted Nate Diaz to fight and win. Everybody loved it. So he's the ball is in his court for sure in terms of he's got the leverage. He's got the power right now.
Conor wants a piece of that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
They still have a third one
to
do.
I know, man. They do. Because, Conor won one. Nate won the first one. Conor won the second one. Where's the
How you just not going to have the trilogy of...
Right. Who's going to be the baddest?
And, yeah. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
You got Nate coming off a win. Conor, who's been, lifting, getting huge. What's he going to be like when he returns?
Getting yacked.
So his hype is working his way back up to the peak hypeness.
Yep. And they could pull it off, probably have one of the biggest fight cards of the year.
Of ever.
Ever.
Beat Khabib McGregor. They did 2-point-something million pay-per-view buys, which is insane.
This
would be the...
At this point, after
all of this,
it would be nuts. It would be so huge. People would throw money on that left and right just to watch it. So, got to make that happen.
Dang. That's the drama. I was just talking a lot there, but...
You were. Dude, I was just over here just listening.
It's my thoughts. Conspiracy.
We're all about some conspiracies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Oh, we had 2 of our guys fight this weekend. 2 of our guys after all that. You know what I mean? Weston Wilson got a first-round submission. I think it was first round.
Yep.
And Romano, both pros, got a first-round submission. Second-round submission.
50 seconds into the second round.
Yeah. So hats off to those guys. Congratulations, Team Pitch Black. But other than that, man, it was great.
Great weekend.
Yeah.
Crazy weekend. Let us know your thoughts on all of it.
All of it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Sweet Tea, tell them where they can find us.
YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Hit us up. Look us up. Review us. Like us. We love y'all.
Want to know your thoughts on this entire weekend, guys. Appreciate you listening and hanging out. Catch y'all later, Sweet Tea. Have a good one, dude.
Oh, I will.
Peace.
Peace.
See you.